Tenko continues next Sunday at 9:05, and this novel based on the series is available from booksellers who stock BBC publications. The title is Last Tenko.
3 new series for Tuesday on BBC One. At 6:55, Nerys Hughes stars as the ever-determined district nurse.
I've got my own life to lead, you know.
But you have come back.
There's still a lot to be decided.
About what?
About me. Myself.
And at 7:25, Esther Ranson presents a new magazine programme. That's Family Life.
Tell you what you ought to do. You ought to watch a new programme called That's Family Life. No. It's all about the trouble you're causing me at this moment. Do join us. It's on BBC One, if we ever get round to making it.
And to complete the trio of new series at 8:10, the return of the First Ladies of the New York Police Department, Cagney and Lacey.
Freeze!
I'm frozen.
Don't move.
I'm not moving.
The District Nurse, That's Family Life, and Cagney and Lacey. 3 new series bringing a new look to Tuesday night on BBC One.
On BBC Two shortly, Future Tense with a macabre story of an unusual television programme, Death Watch. In a quarter of an hour on BBC One, Omnibus reports on music and art in Tuscany, northern Italy. And that's after the news with Moira Stewart.
You want?
Look, it's not what I want.
When?
Lee.
Sunday? I mean, I could go today, except it's a bit late.
Don't be ridiculous.
No, it'll make a nice change. If somebody wants me, actually and definitely wants me.
What did they tell you about me?
You can't settle.
Fight with Alan.
You were lucky to have someone to fight with, boy.
Morgan's Boy, a new drama series starring Gareth Thomas as Morgan and Martin Hesford as his nephew, starting on Thursday at 9:25 on BBC One.
On BBC Two shortly, the Future Tense feature film is The Man Who Fell to Earth, starring David Bowie in his first major screen role as the unearthly stranger with incredible powers. Here on BBC One in 15 minutes, Omnibus assesses the way artists through the centuries have used and abused the face of Christ. That's at 10:25 and follows the main news of the evening now with Jan Leeming.
The Coal Board and the pit deputies go back to ACAS. The union says there's been progress. A Welsh resort wrecked by a gas explosion. 35 years on, East Germany shows its military muscle. And the Queen's farewell to Canada. The Coal Board and the pit deputies have agreed to call in ACAS. After a 2-hour meeting in Doncaster, both sides said they're seeking an urgent meeting with the Conciliation Service. Officials of the deputies' union NACOD said the move represented significant progress. The talks hinged on the idea of an independent body to rule on the issue of uneconomic pits. John Thirlwell reports.
Outside Doncaster's Coal House, a crowd of 150 pit deputies gathered to lobby delegates as they arrived. No matter who might eventually gain from the talks, the men were keen to stress that this was a meeting about NACODs and not the mine workers.
We're not looking for a settlement for the NUM.
General Secretary Peter McNestry had promised to use the men's overwhelming strike vote to force some progress, a popular move. After 2 hours, the meeting was over and the results made known.
Both sides have agreed to seek urgent talks with ACAS and use the officers of ACAS to resolve this present dispute between the parties.
And you're encouraged by what's happened?
Yeah, encouraged, yes.
Mr. McGregor left without comment. He and his board know that ACAS or no ACAS, the pit deputies' threat to strike still hangs over the industry.
Thank you.
We're putting pressure on the board now. I mean, it's obviously putting pressure on the board. And, yes, the strike vote is still there. There's no argument about that.
In a way, today's meeting hasn't achieved very much. True, the NACOD's representatives had said that they would be happy if the board simply accepted the idea of bringing in ACAS, and this is now the case. But that seems to have been the only development. The question of setting up an independent body to consider pit closures and what powers that third party might be given has still to be faced.
A fire in Nottingham today has claimed 5 lives, 4 of them young children. 2 others leapt to safety when the blaze broke out this morning. The victims were aged between 2 weeks and 9 years. In West Wales, the centre of the resort of Saundersfoot was wrecked by a huge explosion. And in Scunthorpe, another blast reduced 3 houses to rubble. Peter Gould reports.
The fire in Nottingham spread so rapidly that 5 people were trapped inside the house by the flames. A 23-year-old mother died along with her 3 sons, the youngest just 2 weeks old, and the children's 8-year-old cousin was also killed. At the seaside resort of Saundersfoot in West Wales, a large explosion completely demolished a 3-storey shop. More than 60 buildings were damaged by the blast, and the village was showered with flying glass. 1 person was slightly hurt. A fractured gas main is thought to have been responsible. And a gas leak is also thought to have caused the explosion in Scunthorpe. 3 houses were demolished and a 4th was badly damaged. Several people needed hospital treatment. Some had remarkable escapes. A 6-month-old baby, blown out of his cot, was found in the rubble by his mother. At first she thought he was dead, but in fact the child was still asleep.
East Germany